You are welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. You go around looking for a northern Christian and you say, the Muslims don't like me. Who said it? Baba Ahmed. Who is he speaking about? He's talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Former presidential advisor Dr. Akin Baba Ahmed has raised concerns over what he describes as President Tinubu's shifting political calculations, particularly in the north. He warned that abandoning the Muslim ticket strategy that brought the president to power could backfire politically if it is driven by the perception that northern Muslims have turned against him. Speaking during an interview with AIT, Baba Ahmed said that while Tinubu has the right to reassess his working relationships, particularly with Vice President Kashim Shettima, the most senior northerner in the government, such decisions must not be made based solely on religion or regional assumptions. He cautioned that seeking to replace Shettima purely to appeal to northern Christian minority could alienate the northern Muslim base that played a crucial role in his electoral success. According to him, Kashim Shettima is the most senior northerner in this country. If the president is unhappy with his working relationship, he doesn't think Shettima is pulling his weight and he wants somebody else. That's a different thing. However, if he wants to drop him because he believes that the North represents a real challenge and he has to think outside of face and geography, then he has a problem. You now jettison a Muslim ticket first. That's a big problem for him because that's what gave him power in the first place. You go around looking for a northern Christian and maybe a minority and say, hey, the Muslims don't like me. So you guys, the northern Christians, line up. You are now my new allies. Well, those were the submission of the former presidential advisor, Dr. Akin Baba Ahmed, and he is raising concern about what is going on presently, and it's an outcome of what happened about a week ago in Gombe State when the APC's northeastern zone had their zonal conference, and it's boiled down to the fact that when it comes to the climax of that meeting, the vice chairman of the APC from the north came and raised a motion for endorsement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second term. Then there was chaos, there was a rowdy session, there were so many noise, and then by the time they tried to investigate what was going on, it was realized that it was from those who are pro-Shettima. Their belief is that as a result of what happened in Abuja a month before, when the APC national rally was done and they were giving the midterm scorecard, it was during the midterm scorecard that all the who is who in APC gave endorsement to President Tinubu for a second term. I could remember that the Senate president was the one who led with all the lawmakers, including in addition to the Speaker of the House of Assembly then. Then after them, the Governors Forum too, the Progressive Governors Forum of their party also endorsed the president for second term. Then after that, the party paraphernalias, the executive themselves, who are the real one to give the ticket, also endorsed the president for a second term. Whether the president have the right of first refusal or not, he has been endorsed. And during the endorsement, it was always President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for second term. Nobody was mentioning Kashim Shettima. And then the northeastern zone of APC, when they now had their own conference, decided to make a statement that that ticket is supposed to be a joint ticket, that the President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima for second term. So they just created the rowdy session in order to make that statement. But to a large extent, there are so many underground behind the doors issues and power plays that many people don't see outside. And I think one of the reasons why the pro-Shettima supporters made such statement was because it was a belief that some are routing for a Christian vice president come second term of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because of the fact that during their period of campaign for 2023 election, the Nigerians are really speaking against the Muslim ticket, believing that the president is a Muslim, the deputy is supposed not to be a Muslim, he's supposed to be a Christian. But since President Tinubu picked a Muslim, that means that the religious aspect of our life in Nigeria might be tilted towards trying to make the country a one religious state, and that's the fear of the people, and it resulted into that. To an extent that those who are Christian minorities in the north had to vote for another person entirely. And I think maybe President Tinubu is also looking towards that angle. But when President Tinubu was asked about the Muslim ticket, he quietly and straightforwardly spoke that is for a political strategy, which eventually worked for him anyway. And then the pro-Shetima people believe that, of course, if it worked for you, it should keep working. You don't change a winning team. But that some people are routing, trying to replace Shetima, they don't want to hear that. So it is in lieu of this that Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed is speaking that, look, the president might have given his nod about replacing Shetima. There is no problem with that. But if the reason why he wants to remove Shetima is based on the fact that the northern enclave in general, the northern Muslim as it were, they don't like him anymore, and that's why he wants to look for northern Christian. He said he might eventually have a problem because it is this same northern Muslim that gave him the opportunity to win the last election, irrespective of the fact that there was a serious opposition to the Muslim ticket. And eventually, he became the president, even though it is with mere 36.6% of the vote casted, because it was a serious stiff contest between himself and three other major candidates, and most importantly, Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Mr. Peter Obi, and then Kwakwanso from Kano State. So, Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed is of the opinion that President Tinubu can change Shetima if it is based on working relationship. If it is based on the fact that Shetima doesn't have the weight needed even to be pulled, to get some things done for him, whether politically or economically or administratively, he has reason to change him. But he shouldn't make it based on the sentiment that the North does not like him. It's going to backfire for him. Be it as it may, of course, we are still keeping our fingers crossed. We've not heard the president spoken about the matter, and we don't know whether even the chairman of the APC has anything to do with the matter, knowing the mind of the president. I don't know, but let's wait and see, because, of course, there is no perfect political party. We can't rule that out. As there are crises in other opposition parties, we are not surprised that there is also an issue in the ruling party. Let's keep our fingers crossed to see what will happen in this comeback. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel.